possible minor Russian incursion into Ukraine. I asked White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain about it, but first, here's Peter Alexander. In the office, according to America's report card for President Biden is grim. 43%, more than half of Americans disapprove. Disapprove of his performance. It followed the president's touting his achievements on Wednesday. And you think Russia would face if it invaded Ukraine. That is an invasion. Russia will pay a heavy price. Well, on Wednesday, the president triggered alarm bells in Europe, suggesting the U.S. and NATO response. Hello. Depends on what it does.
Are you driving tonight?
Yeah, I'm multitasking. Heaven help us, folks.
Yeah, they use Zoom for everything at my new job.
Oh, do they?
I've gotten a crash course on how to use that.
Oh, good. You can start driving. I guess that was a big 10 no, huh?
Anything for you.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hey there.
I just was reading your email about a cheese demo, but I don't see a meeting link. Is it tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty soon. It's the same link. I'll just go on Zoom, 808.
I did go to Zoom, but I couldn't figure out.
No, it's the same one we did. The number is really easy. The 808-859-1469.
So do I put it on
Join the
meeting?
Join the meeting. That's the ID.
And then that's what I did, you know. I put that 808, but I guess you got to put in parentheses.
No, it's just 808-859-1469.
808 what?
1469.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And you just click on join.
Yeah. Join the meeting because this one you don't need a password.
Oh, this doesn't. 808-1. How come? 808 what?
859.
Oh, I forgot that. Okay, 808 859
1469.
Sorry about that because I forgot how to do it. I didn't know that was it.
No,
so I'm
yeah.
in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's see, is that cold? How is everybody tonight?
It's my bedtime.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just training for this new job or this new company. It's exhausting.
Well, my screen share is not working. Oh, maybe there we go.
You got it.
I'll get it over here to present. Okay, I haven't lost my mind yet. Everybody's pretty quiet.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Woo!
Can't wait.
Yay.
It's been a long
But
week.
I think I promised Isaac we would work on the backyard this weekend. I'm pretty sure I promised, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get out of that.
Chicken. Okay. I hear people. Guys, I'll have to see how well I do admitting everybody at the same time. This is like multitasking. So what we got about a minute left, or are we pretty close? We're probably really close. If we want to go ahead and get started, if you got any friends want to join you, just go ahead and have them jump on. Welcome everybody, and welcome to our virtual cooking class. And please excuse me, I'm trying to be able to admit everybody. Hopefully I didn't. Uh-oh. Hopefully I'll try and get back in. Anyhow, welcome. This is Multitasking 101. I'm Jean, and I'm pleased to have the Goal Getters doing our virtual cooking class tonight. It's all about cheese. It's cheese day today. And so we just want to talk a little bit about cheese and show you some really good recipes here. Let's see. So, okay. Hang on, guys. I just want to make sure. Oh, there's 3 people. I don't know if that shows up on my screen on you guys, but there we go. Anyhow, so there are lots of types of cheeses, and I'm sure we've all tried a bunch of them. And then there's some of us who just, you know, with their kids, grandkids like the good old American cheese, but there are over 2,000 varieties of cheese throughout the world. And these are just a few of the fun ones that we have. So we're going to get started right away so that Matt can get started. And Matt is going to be doing some good stuff in the pressure cooker and teaching us all about cheesy recipes. So Matt, let me spotlight you. I think I'm getting there more. Spotlight. Okay, I think I got it. There he is. Thank you, Matt. Take it away, dear.
Whether you were ready or not, here I am.
Here you are.
So, lucky you. Okay, so everybody, I'm Matt Bachman, coming from Las Vegas, Nevada. So I wanted to take the time today, since it is cheese day, I want to go ahead and use the pressure cooker, since it is going to be a feature in next month's sales brochure. Okay, so I think that the pressure cooker is something, you know, we don't talk about enough, but I really want to, you know, teach it to you guys today. You know, if you guys have any questions, let me know. But, you know, really want to break it down and, you know, let you guys know how easy it is. So the Tupperware pressure cooker, I always explain to my customers, you know, it's a pressure cooker for the microwave. Okay, so, you know, I always say, you know, who remembers, you know, their grandmother's, you know, pressure cooker, right? Where it goes on the stove with the dial and you're praying to God that, you know, it doesn't explode and end up in the ceiling. Okay, but with the Tupperware pressure cooker, It is built and patented to only hold as much steam as it can handle. Okay, so it does have a 2-quart capacity. Okay, and then it has I call it the turkey valve, just like it at Thanksgiving. When it's up, you know, it's pressurized. When it's down, it's depressurized. But the unique thing about it is this little thing right here. Okay, this is the pressure regulator. Okay, so when it is fully up to pressure and it's holding the pressure inside, this will let out any excess pressure that the system can't hold. Okay, so it's kind of a fail safe. I'm sorry. Okay, so as well as there is I call it the fail safe. So when you put the lid on, it locks into place, and then it has the locking mechanism that just kind of holds it all together as an extra safety measure. But one thing I like to show is that, say it's pressurized and you take it out and you got to wait for it to depressurize. If you do happen to open the top here with it still pressurized, Tupperware has built in an extra venting hole. You guys can see right there. Okay. So it'll start hissing at you and it'll let the steam out. Okay. So I use the pressure cooker for everything. So anything, and I'll show you guys. So I get these like at the grocery store. They're one of my favorites, like the little crock pot cookbooks. Anything you can do in the crock pot, you can do in the pressure cooker in 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. I'm very honest. The only thing I found that doesn't turn out quite the way I like it in our pressure cooker is roast. Okay. And if you do roast, you need to cut them into smaller chunks instead of just putting a whole roast inside. I've found that personally for me, it doesn't get as tender as I would like it. So you end up having to put it in for 3 to 4 sessions. Okay. And the max you can put this in the microwave is 20 minutes. I think it's 25 minutes at a time. Okay. But again, any recipe you can do in the crock pot, you can do in here. You just got to kind of look at the recipe and make sure you scale it down for the 2 quarts. Okay. I mean, there's only 2 of us in my house, so this feeds us plenty. But I do plenty. I've made up pasta recipes where you take a jar of pasta sauce, dump it in with 2 cups of any type of pasta you want, and then put, back up. Your pasta sauce, and then you put your chicken in there. I use thighs, so I'll put 3 or 4 thighs in there. I cook it in the microwave for 15 minutes, and then what I do is I take it out, let it depressurize, and then I'll take the chicken out, and then I'll add 2 cups of pasta into the sauce, put it back in the microwave for 11 minutes, and while that's going, I shred the chicken, and then just mix it all together when it's done. Okay. You can do soups, all kinds of stuff. And there's plenty of recipes like on Pinterest. But again, like I said, I just use a lot of crock pot recipes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to make the pressure cooker macaroni and cheese. Okay. So using the pressure cooker, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2.5 cups of dry elbow macaroni. Okay. So using the Tupperware measuring cups. Now, the great thing about them is it's embossed on. Okay, so it's never going to rub off. So you always know what size of measuring cup you have. Okay, whether you lose it or not, that's up to you. But the ones you have, you'll know what size they are. Okay, as well as it has a pour spout on the inside for both left and right-handed. Okay, so it's not going to really dribble down the side. Okay, so I'm going to do 2.5 cups of dry elbow macaroni. Then we are going to do 2 cups of chicken broth. Now I use chicken broth in the can, which gives me a great opportunity to demonstrate the Tupperware can opener, okay? So the Tupperware can opener, what it does is it undoes the factory seal and does not cut inside to the metal, okay? So it just undoes the seal on the top, okay? That way you don't have to worry about it falling inside when you are cutting it, and it's super safe and it's not sharp, okay? So you just take it, and I always instruct my customers when they're first getting used to the can opener is to set it upside down. So you just take it and put your can in between the two. Now it's not going to mess up. Right in between the two wheels, and then close it and it'll hold. But as you do it, you know, you'll get used to it. Okay, you just go ahead and turn. And then eventually you'll fill, and sometimes you can hear a pop. You'll feel it get easier, okay? And then once you've undone the seal, you go ahead and take the little beaks at the top, and you go ahead and open up the top of the can, okay? Now, as you always show them, you know, it's not sharp, okay? And then it's on here, and you can take it right to the trash can, okay? So now we are going to take 2 cups of chicken broth, which for a can, it usually is right about 2. Yep, 2 cups, okay? And then from there, we're gonna add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay. Let's take 1 cup again. It's a very rich dish. I remember when the pressure cooker first came out, and they came out with this recipe. I was at a cooking, I think a team meeting at my director's house, and I think we ended up making 3 or 4 batches of this because it was so good. Okay, so from there we're going to go ahead and seal it, and then we're going to put it in the microwave at 100% power for 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to do 12 minutes. Okay. So then while that's doing, the next thing it calls for is we need shredded cheese. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the Great Master and show you guys how easy it is to use. Okay. So I think, again, this is one of the best products ever. So if you guys haven't done it already, I want you, next time you're in the grocery store, to pick up, say you can use Walmart cheese or Tillamook, but pick up a brick of cheese and then the pre-shredded cheese. Okay, same brand, cheddar to cheddar. And flip it over, and I want you to look at how many more ingredients are in pre-shredded cheese compared to the brick cheese, okay? Your normal brick cheese has 4 to 6, depending on the brand. Shredded cheese, there's a list this long, usually about 15 to 20, and you can't pronounce half of them, okay? And plus it melts different, right? And so, because it has so many preservatives and all this stuff to keep it from sticking together. So I like to shred my own cheese. You know, it does take a little bit more effort, but you know, I think it melts better and it just tastes better, okay? So we're gonna use the base, okay? And then this is our Great Master. So this kind of just slides right on, and then it locks into place, okay? So that'll keep it right on your countertop, okay? And then you have 2 different size blades that come with the Great Master. So it kind of has a little bit of the thicker and then the finer, okay? Like I use this a little bit with my Parmesan when I'm making Alfredo. And as well as there's an accessory set that you can get to add on to it that has like a great, I forget what it's called. You use it for like chocolate, shader. And then there's a blade one on there too, where you can just cut, you know, the same size, but you know, like carrots or cucumbers or whatever. Okay, so you're gonna take it. It goes right inside, and then the handle just screws on, and locks into place in the back. Okay. So with our handy bowl, what we're going to do is we're going to take, we need 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. Okay. So I think I should have enough here. So we're just going to put it on top, and then we're just going to go ahead and shred. If you guys have kids, grandkids, whatever, you know, they love helping with this. When my niece and nephew are here, I can't get them away from it half the time when Uncle's cooking. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, I mean, now the one thing I will say, a little bit of a pain sometimes, but the cheese does like to kind of stick inside of the cone. So I just, you know, I'll get it out. But this cheese was a little softer because I had it sitting out prepped, but usually it's fine. You know, the harder the cheese is, the easier it is to grate. Okay. Any questions so far about anything I've covered while we were waiting for the noodles to get done?
Matt, do you
Yes,
ever grade cheese up ahead of time? Like if you got the 2-pound block, or do you grade it as you need it? And what do you store it in once you grade it up ahead of time? I
just keep it in a bowl, and then, you know, because it stays cold enough, it'll usually come right apart. So I have put it in, don't tell Tina, I'm probably not supposed to say this. I put it in a modular mate, like a 1 or a 2. If I shred a whole bunch at once, with a little bit of cornstarch, and then just to kind of keep it from sticking together right after I shred it. But then I'll put it in the fridge and it'll stay. But usually just a bowl.
Okay. Because I was talking with my husband about that when you talked about the preservatives and stuff like that. He didn't realize there was that many and stuff. And I said, I have exactly what Matt's doing right there. We can do it at home. And he's like, we can put it in a Ziploc. I said, a Ziploc, we have Tupperware.
I hate to say it, I love my Ziploc too, but yeah, there's tons of Tupperware. But yeah, no, and it's serious. It's this real thing. I mean, you know, because when we first got trained on the Great Master, I want to say I was at Jubilee actually, and when it came out, and you know, we're like, oh no, that can't be right, you know. And then literally got home, and me and my old LED went to the store and like looked at it together, and yeah. You know, it's the same brand, same thing, and just like all the extra that goes into it, it really kind of sad. And then you'll notice too is, you know, how when you use pre-shredded cheese and say you're making nachos in the microwave, I'm just going to use as an example, you know, you get that there's like a film that is on top of the cheese, and it melts funny, you know. Yeah. With fresh grated cheese, it's gooier, I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime. Any other questions?
Did you try it in the cheese keeper?
In the
you know, the cheese keeper, not the domed one, but the one that it has the cover on top, and you can put it in the refrigerator to see if the shredded will keep in that.
Oh no, I've never tried that one. I'm not too clear on which one you're talking about. When I hear cheese keeper, I think of the old Velveeta cheese keeper.
You might be talking about the one that we earned, and it would be in the clearance section.
Say that one more time.
I'm going to get it and show you, I think, which one she's talking about.
Is she talking about the Cheese Smart containers?
Is it that stuff?
No, it's the one that actually was in the brochure. So it's not dome like that. It's more like a refrigerator smart with the grated holes on top.
The one Tracy has.
Oh, I can't. Here, let me see.
Oh, yeah.
The rectangular one?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because I was just wondering if it would keep, I never tried shredded in mine. I only tried slices, and it works really well.
I've put shredded in the, what are they, the cool and fresh ones?
Fresh and cool, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've never tried that.
Yeah, or the Fridge Smarts. I've done that too.
For cheese?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I've heard of putting bread in Fridge Smarts, but
and it lasted a month.
Talked about it.
It lasted a month, yeah.
I do have enough Fridge Smarts, and I'll try that. Jean, I have about 4 minutes left. Do you want to get started? Because I want to be a good boy and let it depressurize like it's supposed to.
The right way?
Yeah. Instead of pushing it down with the wooden spoon.
Okay, well, yeah, let's move on here a little bit. And I just want to add, excuse me, one thing on to what we were talking about as far as the preservatives and things like that that are in the shredded cheese. So I was doing my research for our cheese night tonight. The thing that goes in there, it's called cellulose, and it's what keeps it from clumping. But cellulose, when you work it all the way down, it's like wood shavings, really fine wood shavings made out of wood. So when you think about that and you're eating that, you just kind of want to go, nah, not too much fun.
I'll blame the cellulose on my figure. That's what the problem is.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, nice try, Matt.
Okay, E for effort.
Yeah. Okay, so there. Oh, well, now you got me in full view. I'm going to go ahead and get started on mine, and then we'll do it once mine's cooking and Matt's is working. We'll do a little bit of trivia because it was really interesting to me to find out so much about cheese. But I'm going to make, excuse me, bacon and smoked Gouda dip. And it's done in the MicroPro grill. And so this is how it is. And it has the silicone base so that can go in the microwave. You can have it either in the casserole position or it goes in the grill position like this. And one of the things that this recipe called for was 6 to 8 slices of bacon. And as you can see, I did them up ahead of time, but you can see they're wonderfully crisp. They're going to cut up really well into pieces. And so that was like 3 minutes each side. And actually, by the time I got to the second batch of it, was only about 5. So it goes very quickly when you're doing it. And just one more of those things that you can do in the microwave and not heat up your kitchen and a whole bunch of other things during the hot weather. So this is, so we're going to start with 8 ounces of cream cheese. And I've just kind of been softening this in the bowl because I don't know if I got it out early enough, but we'll find out. And then it also calls for 8 ounces of smoked Gouda. So I went ahead and also shredded mine ahead of time. Now, the way I keep my cheese when I get the big blocks is I shred it all. I put in a little bit of cornstarch and I actually put it in the freezer in our freezer Mate Plus. And they last, I can, keep it up to 2 months. And it's come out really good. And so it's easy for me. I take the little small 4-ounce freezer mates and just put it in that because that's about all I ever really need for any recipes. And then I'm not, taking it all out, thawing it and all that kind of good stuff. So we're just going to kind of mix in the smoked Gouda here. And while I'm doing this mixing here, does anybody have any favorite cheeses or have they eaten any that are different throughout the world? Or does everybody kind of stick with their shredded cheddar?
I have a hard time with that monster.
Huh?
So I'm a dry cheese girl, even if it calls for like cheddar or soft cheese. I like to put Parmesan or a drier cheese in it. That's just
your preference, yeah. Well,
I like the taste of it better.
Yeah.
I like a strong cheese.
Yeah, I like the stronger ones too, that have a little bit more. So then we're putting in a 1/2 cup of sour cream. And then we're also putting in Tracy's favorite, 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Oh my gosh, this is just so gooey.
Yay, I want some of that. Can I have some?
Yeah. Maybe we'll make it when we get together. It's really good.
I was gonna say we'll have to make it for the night that we deliver all the stack cookers.
Yeah. Yeah, Christina, if you would want to tell everybody kind of what we're going to be doing with that, because that was just pretty awesome what happened.
Well, Tupperware honored my wish for Christmas of donating some stack cookers. They donated 25 to the Dixie Fire victims. So on the 26th, Jean and I will be flying to Reno and then driving to Plumas County, and Tracy and Amanda and a few others will be joining us. We invite anybody who would like to come with us to do that. It's going to be pretty fun. We are going to meet at a Grange Hall in Taylorsville, California, a little tiny town next to where we lived. And we're going to demonstrate and have families engage in cooking meals in the stack cookers. And then they'll be able to sit there and eat with their families or take their meal home. So that's going to be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited about that. And it's going to be kind of like a little team event, but anybody's invited to come help us do that. And then we'll be staying at my daughter's house and having kind of like a little mini retreat ourselves. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. That's going to be February 26th.
Yeah, pretty awesome that that wish was granted and helping so many people, so many people. So the next thing that's going to go into this is I have to cut up the bacon and just, you know, you can crumble it. I like to cut it. This kind of works a little bit better for me using our kitchen shears, which I absolutely love. They're for left or right handed people. They come up, when you use them, they come apart like this for cleaning. And then you just put them all back together just like that. And away you go. But they are just so sharp and make such nice cuts to everything. So I'm just going to kind of make this some bacon bits so we can, bacon bits all over the counter. And just cut it up. I will reserve a few for our topping when we get all done for our garnish. But you can see it just, they work so well. And I've gone through a lot of kitchen shears in my life. And this is like one of the first pairs that I really get along with, and they get along with me. So we're going to put in, call for 6 to 8 pieces of bacon. I did 8 bacon. If kind of like cheese, if some is good, more is better. Can't say it's healthy, but more is better. Well, what can I say? How you doing, Matt? You good?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to depressurize.
Okay.
Another couple minutes by the time you get that in the microwave.
Okay, so then we're going to put in some bacon. Then it also calls for some scallions. And so I'm using our chef knife, which has a very ergonomic handle to it and also very sharp. It stays sharp really well. I was surprised. So we're just going to cut up some of these, reserve a few of these for the top when we're done. Using our cutting boards, which these are the small cutting boards, which are just so handy because most of the time you're cutting stuff up and you don't need a great big huge cutting board for it. And so these come in a set of 3 and I do like those. So we'll put those in there.
Jean, that cheese container that I just had, is literally the same size as that cutting board.
Yeah.
So that cutting board actually is the same size as a lot of our like the refrigerator stackables.
Yep.
And the freezer stackables.
Yep, absolutely perfect. And the last thing that needs to go in here, and they said it's optional, but I would never turn down the opportunity to use some wine. So it says put in 2 tablespoons of white wine. So people know me, I do like wine. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and mix this up. We're going to put it into the micro grill. We'll be cooking it in the casserole position, which I'll show you. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells so good. I will be glad when we can get back to having in-home meetings. I always really enjoyed those. I mean, it's been great. We've had the opportunity to continue working our businesses, but it's nice when everybody can kind of share and taste. And those of us, I know there's a lot of you probably haven't really even been to a live meeting. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and press this in. Like, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the casserole position for 5 to 7 minutes. I'll take a look and see what it's like. And then Matt, how are you doing over there? Or do we need to do something?
I'm ready. No, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Okay, so this is in the casserole position, 5 to 7 minutes. Matt, I'll go ahead and put you back in the spotlight. Maybe. Where are you, Matt? There you are. There you go, my dear.
Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, so the macaroni is done. Okay, so not bad. 12 minutes in the microwave. Just gonna give it a quick stir. It's super hot. Okay. So then the next thing we are going to add is salt and pepper. Now, says half a teaspoon. So me personally, I don't salt stuff very often. So I kind of let people do that as they go, but to each its own. We'll add. But I do like pepper. So we'll do pepper. Okay. And then tablespoon of butter. Butter is like the bacon and the cheese. Not healthy, but the more the merrier. And then, okay, so then we're gonna add a half a cup of whole milk. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna go for, it says 1.5 cups of shredded cheese. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of eyeball it. Okay. Okay, 1.5 cups. Okay, I'm gonna start mixing this in a little bit and get it kind of started mixing in. Okay, and then it calls for 6 ounces of Velveeta cheese. I love Velveeta cheese, so I think I did a little bit more than 6, but don't judge. So I like real cheesy. So we'll just go ahead and chunk it up and then just kind of mix it together. Like I said, guys, it's a really rich recipe, but it's super good and it's quick and easy.
I absolutely love this recipe. It is really yummy.
Yeah, I even found one of the macaroni and cheese recipes where it said to add a half a tablespoon or half a teaspoon of ground mustard of like all things. And it actually wasn't bad. I'll do that every once in a while. And, it's starting to break down. Now you guys can, depending on how thick you want it or how, if you like it creamier or if you want to, like stick to your ribs, you can add a little bit more milk. Okay.
So then I see that you're just stirring that in. You don't have to then put it back in the microwave. That's going to melt the cheese plenty then.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if I would have did my Velveeta in a little bit smaller chunks, it probably would have already been dissolved. But there was 1 or 2 of the chunks that were a little bit bigger. But no, it's done.
Okay.
But I always like the Velveeta, I try to take out a little bit ahead of time when you're making this, so that way it's not as cold. But I mean, I have before, if it's just not if it's not melting enough, you know, I'll put it back in for just a minute or two just to help it. Okay. Any questions? Ta-da!
No, Matt, but I'll be over about 30 minutes.
Yeah, man, you can, come on. This is way too much for us. So, but thank you guys for letting me demo. And if you have any questions, you know, after we're done, reach out. But again, you know, it's on, you know, it's going to be featured in the next month's brochure, you know, but it's a, they had an added gift into it. So if you buy the pressure cooker, then you get the 2 sets of bowls, which I love those bowls, and they haven't been out in a long time, bowl sizes. So I'm excited for that.
All right. Thank you much, Matt.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, so mine is still cooking, so I am going to share my screen again. Hopefully she says, there we go. Whoop, come back here. Okay, there we go. So, oh no, of course there's my timer. So we're just gonna go on, and I wanna just do some fun trivia facts. And if you guys have anything or wanna take, see if you can answer some of these, I'll give you just a little minute before we move on to the answers. But first one, which country is the biggest consumer of cheese? Anybody have any ideas?
US.
France.
Italy.
Denmark.
Okay, all around them. Greece is the biggest consumer of cheese. Now, if this doesn't make you wonder, the average person in Greece consumes 60 pounds per year. And I know about, wow. And then 3/4 of it is usually the feta cheese. And so I thought that was really kind of fun. Okay, who is the largest cheese-using food giant in the US?
Tillamook.
Round Table.
You're on the right track, Tracy. Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Oh, Pizza Hut.
They use 300 million pounds of cheese annually. Now that is just a lot of cheese. I'll tell you what, can't even. When I look at how much we get with our little 1 pound when we shred it, I just can't, you know, 300 million pounds. My goodness.
That's a whole lot of amazing.
Okay. Oh, wait. Hang on. Did I do the same thing twice? I went backwards. How much milk does it take to make 1 pound of cheese?
A lot.
Maybe a gallon.
10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese.
Wow.
You know, we toured cheese factories up in Oregon, but I'd never even paid attention to something like that.
Yeah. There's a bunch of cheese, just amazing the amount of cheese facts that we have. Okay, so that was just some of the fun trivia. Go out and research it and just read about cheese because I was amazed. Let me grab this tip out here. Recordings. Now you always want to use hot pads holders when you use this. Oh my goodness, look at that. Not wonderful. So if you can see that, there it is. It's all set up in there. So it's a nice hot dip. We're going to sprinkle on the rest of our bacon bits and a few more scallions for a little bit of decoration. And what I was going to use tonight is, I just got one of those big long baguettes and sliced it. You can toast them. You can put a little bit of olive oil on them to have a little bit of different taste to it. Oh, you guys, just look at this, how gooey this is.
Hello, Herb.
Don't get him going, thank you. That can only mean trouble. So, but look at just, you know, this is real good cheese there. So that's how we're going to serve it. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Anybody have any questions for what we did tonight? No? Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for being a part of this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And look forward to seeing you on our other Zooms. Always the reminder, bring guests with you. There are some pretty good drawings for bringing guests. So thank you all very much. You guys have a good rest of your evening. And we'll see you out here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.